always did after Christmas, at Somersham Place, principal residence of the Dukes of St. Ives and ancestral home of the Cynsters. The large family and its multifarious connections met biannually there, at the so-called summer celebration in August, and again over the festive season, the connections joining the family after spending Christmas itself with their own families. He had always enjoyed the boisterous warmth of those gatherings, yet this time it hadn't been Gerard's and Dillon's children per se that had fed his restlessness, but rather what they represented. Of the three of them, friends for over a decade, he was the one with a recognised duty to wed and produce an heir. While theoretically he could leave his brother Jeremy, now 23, to father the next generation of Morwellans, when it came to family duty, he had long ago accepted that he was constitutionally incapable of ducking. Letting one of the major responsibilities attached to the position of Earl devolve onto Jeremy's shoulders was not something his conscience or his nature, his sense of self, would allow, which was why he was heading for Conningham Manor. Continuing to tempt fate, courting the risk of that dangerous deity stepping in and organising his life and his wife for him, as she had with Gerard and Dillon, would be beyond foolish. Ergo, it was time for him to choose his bride. Now, before the start of the coming season, so he could exercise his prerogative, choose the lady who would suit him best, and have the deed done, final and complete, before society even got wind of it. Before fate had any further chance to throw love across his path. He needed to act now to retain complete and absolute control over his own destiny, something he considered a necessity, not an option. Storm pranced, infected with Charlie's underlying impatience. Subduing the powerful gelding, Charlie focused on the landscape ahead. A mile away, comfortably nestled in a dip, the slate roofs of Conningham Manor rose above the naked branches of its orchard. Weak morning sunlight glinted off diamond-paned windows. A chill breeze caught the smoke drifting from the tall Elizabethan chimney-pots and whisked it away. There had been Conninghams at the manor for nearly as long as there had been Morwellans at the park. Charlie stared at the manor for a minute more, then stirred, eased Storm's reins, and cantered down the rise.
Regardless, Sarah, Clary and I firmly believe that you have to marry first.
Seated facing the bow window in the back parlour of Conningham Manor, the undisputed domain of the daughters of the house, Sarah Conningham glanced at her 16-year-old sister Gloria, who stared pugnaciously at her from her perch on the window-seat.
"Before us,"
the clarification came in determined tones from 17-year-old Clara, Clary, seated beside Gloria and likewise focused on Sarah and their relentless pursuit to urge her into matrimony. Stifling a sigh, Sarah looked down at the ribbon trim she was unpicking from the neckline of her new spencer, and with unimpaired calm set about reiterating her well-trod arguments.
"You know that's not true. I've told you so. Twitters has told you so, and Mamma has told you so. Whether I marry or not will have no effect whatever on your come-outs."
Freeing the last stitch, she tugged the ribbon away, then shook out the spencer.
"Clary will have her first season next year, and you, Gloria, will follow the year after." "Yes, but that's not the point," Clary fixed Sarah with a frown. "It's the way of things."
When Sarah cocked a questioning brow at her, Clary blushed and rushed on.
"It's the unfulfilled expectations. Mamma and Papa will be taking you to London in a few weeks for your 4th season. It's obvious they still hope you'll attract the notice of a suitable gentleman. Both Maria and Angela accepted offers in their 2nd season, after all."
Maria and Angela were their older sisters, 28 and 26 years old, both married and living with their husbands and children on said husbands' distant estates. Unlike Sarah, both Maria and Angela had been perfectly content to marry gentlemen of their station with whom they were merely comfortable, given those men were blessed with fortunes and estates of appropriate degree. Both marriages were conventional. Neither Maria nor Angela had ever considered any other prospect, let alone dreamed of it. As far as Sarah knew, neither had Clary or Gloria, at least not yet. She suppressed another sigh. "I assure you I will happily accept should an offer eventuate from a gentleman I can countenance being married."